So, let me tell you guys something. I might be late, like a couple weeks late, talking about this video, but if I was to sum up my experience with this very game in one word, I would definitely choose different, for lack of a better term, and I'll explain why. So, you guys see the title, and I know what you're thinking. Where have I been, as far as making like full-length content, okay? I know I've been taking a huge break making shorts like every now and again recently because not gonna lie, I've been taking a quiet break away from this game, even though I haven't touched Marvel Rivals. Like, when was the last time I have touched the game? What, a week or whatever? So that's how you know I've been away from this game for some time now. And what you're watching is some old footage, I think, before the new update came out. So just keep that in mind. This is literally old footage of me playing the last update before the new update came out with the whole, Season of the Dragon or whatever that update's called. I forgot what it was at this point, but long story short, I want to kind of give you guys a brief discussion as to why I've been making content on this game as of late, just to give you guys a quick refresher. So real quick, I'm gonna give you guys a background, if you will, right, of me playing games like this. So let's get this one thing out the way. I am no stranger to shooting games. I've been playing not all shooting games, but I have been playing certain types of shooting games. I did try out FPS shooters, most likely. Like, that's the only shooting game I've played throughout my whole lifetime. But I have been trying out other shooting games, like a tactical shooter here, and then online battle arena shooters there, if you want to call that a part of the shooting genre. But long story short, I have tried out multiple shooters throughout my history of playing video games, but I was never really into hero-based shooters, okay? So hero team shooters, whatever you want to call them at this point, I've never been into that genre of shooting games because I was just out of the loop, okay? Let's just say that. So I am familiar, do not get it twisted, I have been familiar with games like Overwatch and Apex Legends, if that counts as well, and of course Valorant, and I've been familiar with these games, but I really haven't came across playing them. Aside from Apex, I did try Apex at least once or twice, like way back in the day. But aside from that, I really haven't been into the genre like that because, again, it was just not my personal cup of tea. I can see why everyone has been enjoying this type of genre of shooters nowadays, at least. But back then, however, I was just more familiar with, actual shooting games, like first-person shooters. So therefore, that's why I have been, straying myself away from the hero-based shooter for all these years up until now. Okay, this game in particular put me on to this particular aspect of the shooting game genre, and for good reason. Okay, Marvel Rivals, from the title alone, has changed me, okay? It made me create a new viewpoint as to why I should try out different games, okay? Now, mind you, I've done this before, okay? I've been in this phase of, my life when it comes to gaming, to where whenever I come across a video game from a different genre, I would be obviously curious to try it out, right? I've been a part of this phase for some years now, but as far as shooting games, however, this is one of those games, if not the only game that exposed me, truthfully, to the hero-based shooting genre for the very first time, and I cannot be more thankful. I promise you, bro, like, Marvel Rivals is the gateway. You know how people put on other people into anime, and they give the other person like a list of anime shows to watch just to put them on to anime? That's exactly the same feeling I have been getting with this game in particular, okay? That's the same feeling here with Marvel Rivals. It's different, okay? Now, I've already played enough X Defiant. That game is about to, for your information, that game is about to die, like, literally in June. I believe that game is supposed to be, like, shutting down the servers and all that later on during the summer. And so, I've already played enough of that game. I already played enough Call of Duty. I already played enough of this. I already played enough of that, okay? So, I'm trying to break the boundaries and just go into a different game, okay? And Marvel Rivals, when it came out, it was exactly that. It was that one game that got me exposed into these type of shooting games, okay? Except for Concord. Maybe that was the closest I got to playing an actual hero-based shooter. But Concord to me is non-canon. We don't need to talk about that anymore. But long story short, this game is the real deal here, okay? And since then, like I said, I haven't been playing the game a lot recently, but from how much I've played, okay, from the amount of hours I put into this game thus far, which is not a whole lot, but it's still a considerable amount of hours, bro. Like, trust me when I say this. Marvel Rivals is definitely the game that people should try out, even if they're not a fan of this genre of shooting games, okay? Now, for those of you that are quite brand new to this game, because this game came out pretty much a month now, at this point, like a month ago, it came out since this past December, so it's still fresh in everyone's mind, including my own. So if you guys have never tried out Marvel Rivals, by all means, give it a shot, okay? It's free to play, okay? I know there's not that many microtransactions like other games. You know, it does have a battle pass system, of course, like any other game, but from what I could recall, it's not like divisive to an extent, you know what I mean? To the point where, like, people would debate whether these prices for this amount of content that they put in the game is good or not. And on top of that, they've been updating the game pretty much on a consistent basis at this point. You know, like I said, with the new update, you know, the whole dragon themed update they gave us literally like a week ago or whatever, that update came out, and pretty much people have been playing the game with that update recently, you know? So therefore, if you guys are looking for a perfect time to get into Marvel Rivals, right now would be that time, okay? Because the game is still hot, it's still fresh, it's still recent, so be sure to try this out before the hype dies down, okay? Because people are still playing the game, it's still pulling out many numbers thus far, many player numbers in the player base and all that stuff. So therefore, if you guys are looking for a game to sink, you know, your time into, then by all means give Marvel Rivals a shot, okay? So pretty much, I'm just giving you guys like a huge background check on my history with this game thus far, since it's been a month at this point, and what I think about the game since it came out, you know, a month ago. And to be fair, not much has really changed in my opinion. A lot has been buffed, I would say. You know, like, I'm not sure exactly who got buffed or who got nerfed and all that stuff, but I will say though, the update from what I've played so far has been a little bit flexible, okay? For the most part, it has been flexible. Yet that new soccer update, that, not gonna lie, that is gonna be a different video on its own if I do end up making one. But long story short, this is about me talking to you guys about my experience with Marvel Rivals up until this point, and it's really no surprise, okay? I've been hooked onto this game since it came out, and again, from the amount of hours I put into this game, I think it's like, what, 15 plus hours, if not 20 hours at the most. It's still one of those games that hit different, okay? Like I said before, Marvel Rivals is that game that hits different, at least for the moment being, okay? So, but yeah, bro, that's pretty much all I have to say. If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you are new to this channel, turn on post notifications. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about Marvel Rivals a month later, especially with the new update. And yeah, man, I'm heading out. It's been viral, and I'll catch you in the next one, all right? Peace, stay safe.